What's going on? Welcome back to another brand new episode of Skywalking Through the League. I am your host, Bill Sheehy, and I'm joined, as always, by my Jedi partner in crime, Trey Mitchell. Trey, are you there? How you doing today, bud? There he is. Look at him.
I'm like Han in Rogue in Solo, where it's like, I have a thermal detonator. I'm not afraid to use it. It's like you just clicked your mouth.
I did. Well, actually,
I already opened this bad boy of Truly.
Absolutely. So. Doing okay, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, if you saw the thumbnail for this video, we had a good time together.
Before we get into that, that's incredible. That's such a great. That entire experience, we have
Florida Bill.
Do what? Florida Bill.
I said Florida Bill.
Florida Bill was out, and he was ready to have a good time. I was talking with a friend the other day, like for 3 years, for as long as we've been doing this, like we have talked to each other for pretty much every week, like for 3 years, but have never met. So it was so cool to finally after all that, after doing this together, finally meeting each other. I'm curious what your expectations were going in, and what you thought.
First off, I would like to wish Thrawn a very, very happy marriage. He just got married to his wife. I just wanted to congratulate you all. I saw the pictures.
Cheers to you guys.
I could tell they were in the homeland of Colorado. So just wanted to congratulate you two, and hope you guys have just the best lives possible. Yeah. So, but anyways, to the question, hey babies, how was vacation? Yeah, Bill, how was? Or I guess you asked me first.
What were you expecting?
I guess you were taller than I expected. I thought you would be 5'9".
Nah, dude,
I don't know why.
A short king. Thought I was going to be a short king.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Thank you, Jasmine. Hope you're having a great day.
Or a great week so far. It's how was it? 3 or 4 days in? Is everything okay? Are you guys still together, which is a good sign?
Thankfully, I think they both like Star Wars, which is
that's good. That's good. Yeah. I really, really appreciate that. That would make this whole show.
Carson, the King Carson,
former guest on our show. Happy that he's here with us too.
We were talking about Rising Storm in our chat earlier. How far into that book are you? Have you started? Okay, I'll talk. I'm about a third of the way in.
Remember how we said that we like a month ago, we'll definitely do a review on it, and it's been a month. So I haven't started.
I haven't had the urgency for it, but I got the audiobook, and the audiobook is fantastic. It's special. It's a special Star Wars project, in my opinion. I think it's really good. Also, I know I've had some video quality problems in the past, guys. So can you just let me know in the chat how my video quality is? Because I would like to make sure it looks good. Finished last week, fantastic. Hell yeah!
That seems to be the overwhelming consensus is that it's awesome. So I'll get to it eventually, and we will review it. I promise. Whether it's in a year or a couple weeks, I don't know how.
I'll tell you what. It's better.
What do you think so far? But we'll get into that later. We're kind of all over the place right now. Let's go back to the trip. Yeah. Did you have a good time? Just curious if you had a good time.
It was fucking hot.
Listen,
hot outside, mate.
You found out something about me. I do not like being hot, and who knew that? Orlando, Florida, in the middle of July. I know. I thought they looked. They smelled better on the outside. Or smelled bad on the outside.
Applies to Galaxy's Edge as well.
I mean, that's true. I don't know if it was just a particularly bad day for not wearing deodorant, but a lot. I got that sense. The whole trip to me, when I went in, I didn't know what to expect.
Flew into an airport that no one existed.
Yeah, that you
I was there for 5 years, and he was I flew into Pi, and I was like, what the hell is Pi? It's it was Pete International Airport.
Yeah.
Bill set Twitter on fire.
Well, I want
We're
to
gonna
talk about that later. Because like
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I wanted because that was the like the whole like saga for that happening. Like it was literally like we were having drinks, sitting at your apartment pool, and then like just complete chaos. And like to go like I was a little buzzed when I did it, and then like the responses that came after, like as I would like continue drinking, it just like. I
heard you say that, and I went, "Oh no!" And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Bill, what did you tweet?
I tweeted out. All right, I'm gonna say it. The Rise of Skywalker is better than Empire Strikes Back, which I stand by. I'm sorry, like I do.
Shout out Noah. Noah is one of my best friends in the world. Amazing person.
I truly believe that.
Shout out Plo Koon.
I think that Empire Strikes Back is kind of overrated. It was always the one that I watched least when I was a kid, and like because of that, I never really like identified with it as much as I did with A New Hope and Return of the Jedi, and even some of the prequels. I think I like most of the prequels more than I like Empire Strikes Back, which. That is, I know, I know, but like people were, when I tweeted that out, people thought I was trolling, like I was just trying to get attention. No, like I actually believe that. So like all y'all little trolls can stop that, and I want to talk about that later.
You made me drink my whole can.
Did you really? Come on, man. Yeah. I don't think that's that controversial. Okay, it probably is a controversial.
Really?
Thing.
I mean, you kind of came out of here and just said Attack of the Clones, Empire Strikes Back. I'm going to need a few more of these.
Mm-hmm. Which I think I didn't touch your Trulies. It was your vodka that I touched, which I'm sorry.
Yeah. But so Bill tweeted that shit. And
can I give you some of my favorite responses from that? Because like I said on Twitter,
die liberal.
So I tweeted that, and then I don't want to say you know what? I might blast them. This guy named Texas Red responded and said, "Okay, I'm gonna say it. Almost every Star Wars fan better than Bill Sheehy." And I like responded to him, "Objectively true." And then he said,
"You got ratioed," as Jack Harlow would say.
Which I did, but like. I will say that I got more. I got more.
He's totally to blame.
Yeah, no, like I don't remember the sequence of events
I think Jessica said, "Bill, I think you're right. Tweet that." I think that's what it
is. That did she? Oh my God, no! Did she say that?
I don't know.
She probably did. She probably did. And then like the funniest thing about it was that like. I would like tweet back at people, and then they would like say like, "Oh, by the way, this isn't an insult." Like they would say something.
Man, you suck ass. By the way,
exactly. This isn't an insult.
No harm, no foul.
And like that's like some of the like some of the response. Like here's another one. I had to unprivate just to say what in the actual flying fuck my guy. This is my least favorite one, and I'm gonna do it because his. Avi is a Peter Griffin version of a me. Wow, this generation is certainly not great at opinions. Empire Strikes Back is certainly one of the top Star Wars movies. The Rise of Skywalker has some good plots, but it isn't the same as ESP. The Rise of Skywalker is perhaps one of the lowest of the Star Wars franchise. Sorry. Okay, thanks. Apology accepted. I'm right.
Ruthless, man. Do you know what my Spider-Man list is? Like my ranking of the Spider-Man films. It's very similar.
It's Amazing Spider-Man 2 is okay.
It's Into the Spider-Verse, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2 better than Spider-Man 2. So I think we all like. I watched Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia 2 recently. Greatest films of all time.
Mamma Mia, here we go again. Here we go again. If you're gonna say it's not just 2, it's here we go again.
It's Bill and Harry. It's amazing. it was that amazing films. But anyways, going back to what happened. So yeah, Bill flew in on like a Thursday night. And we went and got drinks. And then Friday we went to the beach, and that's where the Hot Bill Summer picture came from. Posted some TikToks to the Twitter, and then Saturday we went to Batuu. Got there. I won't mention that part on the stream. If you want to know what we're talking, if you want to know the real details, DM me.
We'll talk about it. But like I do want to talk about.
We're not sober at Galaxy's Edge.
Shh, Trey.
We drank a lot.
We did have. There were too many blue.
We had a lot of spiked blue rum.
That's right.
Spiked blue milk.
Right.
I can't believe they sold that shit for $16
it was weird.
a pop.
It tasted like chocolate too for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just me. But I do want to talk about our experience there because like I overwhelming the spice was truly flowing.
You want death sticks?
Yeah. Nobody offered me death sticks, which was we did. So like I think what I want to talk about our experience there is that like, you know, the expectation when you do it is there are basically 2 rides to do right now. And one of them, like Smuggler's Run, you can like, if you get there early enough, you wait an hour or 45. I think we didn't, both times we didn't, we were able to get in Rise of Resistance, but we waited like 45 minutes for Smuggler's Run, got a blue milk with rum, and then went over to the Rise of Resistance queue, which we were in line for about 45 minutes after that. But like, the thing is, unless you have like reservations for all the other stuff, like we couldn't get into Oga's Cantina, and like looking at some of the like the going forward, like to see if when any dates are available to like get a reservation, it's like I got as far as October before I quit because like there's just no way you're getting in. And then if you want to build a lightsaber, it's even longer. If you want to do the Savi's workshop or whatever, so like. I think what's unique about our experience is that we were able to basically do both of the big rides there. But then after that, there's like not really a whole lot to do unless you want to wait for like an hour in the blistering Orlando heat, which is basically just a swamp. And like,
it's like chilling in a rat, like with some Rathars.
Yeah, I'd rather do that because at least I'd be cool.
But first off, we got there and then the lady was like, "Your ticket doesn't work."
Yeah,
for me.
immediately had problems.
I was like crying. I was like, "What do you mean? My ticket doesn't work?"
It was funny because like you were the one who got us into the queue for Rise of Resistance, and then like my
I did the same thing my friend Preston did. I assumed that I was in my own party, so I click Bill Sheehy. And then I click Rise of Resistance, and it's like, you got it. But I didn't freaking click myself. Why? Of course I want to be in the queue for myself. What are we doing here, Disney?
So, like...
then Bill got in, and then we had to go...
Without a problem, with that zero hitch.
We had to go,
to the guest service.
Tell some lady that was like, hey, my friend's stupid. Can you, like, help us?
That's not what happened. That's not what we said.
That's what I told her.
Okay, well, that's not what happened. It happens to the best of us.
But yeah, so we got on Rise of the Resistance. We went on the Millennium Falcon ride first, and that was a lot of fun. Got some cool pictures inside. Mm-hmm. Even like waiting in line is fun, but man, it was great once we got to like go inside of the waiting line because standing outside in like 10:30 a.m. in Florida in July was pretty
not great.
I'm used to it, and it was tough. And I was wearing a black shirt, Cobb Vanth.
Listen,
Cobb Vanth,
also
my Cobb.
If we're talking about. DM us if you want to know, but the spice might have hit when we were in line. And, it was interesting, and like I will say, like
it was a great time.
I overall overwhelmingly had a great time. Smuggler's
Which
Run.
One did you like more?
Rise of Resistance. Oh, Rise of Resistance. Wait, because like
we got to be engineers on
which like you press buttons.
Ride.
Like you can't really pay attention to the ride when you're pressing the buttons. You're not like living. You're not being a pilot. It was cool to yell punch it, and then like you go into hyperspace. But like, it's not a great ride unless you're a pilot or a shooter or a gunner. No, a gunner. Excuse me. But like Rise of Resistance, I thought was awesome, like just really, really great. Because like the entire experience itself like feels like a part of the ride. Like there's a certain point where you get in line where like you're still waiting, but like you enter the world, you get your debriefing, you get all that stuff. And then that feels really, really cool. And then like when you get in the room with stormtroopers, it feels like you're in a first order base and like all these stormtroopers are there. And like it's really, really impressive. Like I was probably the most excited for Smuggler's Run because you're like, oh, I want to get on the Millennium Falcon. I want to pilot the Millennium Falcon. And that was just kind of a little bit of a letdown, which I don't want to say letdown because I did have a good time when I was doing it. It just I would have had a better time if I was
the worst
a pilot.
seats.
Yeah, we did. We got the worst experience of Smuggler's Run. But like Rise of Resistance, like it was just a whole lot of fun, and I really came away. I think we both said it after like we got done. Like it might have been like Rise of Resistance, Star Tours, Smuggler's Run.
Star Tours was a blast.
Star Tours is fun. Like Star Tours is still fun. I have not had one bad experience in Star Tours ever. And like
we got the prequel planets too.
That was so much fun.
Bombastic.
I did too. Speaking of bombastic, that's a great transition. Our good friends Scotty and Jerry over at the Bombadcast sent us some goodies, and I thought it would be funny, or not funny. I thought it would be fun to compare what cards we got and everything that we got from the boyos. So do you want? What do you want to go? You
smell like these. Like I was born in 1998, so I was one when these came out, and like these just like bring me back to like when I was like 5 years old.
Yeah,
very first one, Escape from Tatooine.
Yeah,
we got the horny boy versus the Jesus type.
The horny boy versus Jesus. I really appreciate this one because if they did this on purpose, Star Tours is awesome. And like the thing with Space Mountain, I can't see a damn thing ever. And I feel like
that's the cool part.
I feel like my head's going to get cut off. Like, I just feel like I'm too, Is that part of the experience? I really like the way you said, yeah, that was always almost a McConaughey level. Yeah. But if this was on purpose, I love them so much. The one piece of Star Wars, fan, what is it? What do they call it? Like I've written
a Mace guy.
Yeah, I'm a big Mace guy. I wrote some fan fiction. There we go. That's the word for Mace Windu if he survived Revenge of the Sith. And like I've talked at length to them about like how much I love it
on a Monday morning.
The thrill of losing your head. The thrill of head. I mean, losing your head. I'm pardon my French.
Bill is unhinged right now.
Bill Unchained. The fact that they like if they did mean to do this, and this was part of what they did, that makes me feel so happy because they thank Nick. Mwah. Sorry, I listen. I know you're a married man. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. You shouldn't have had to hear that. But I just think that it's so wonderful that Scotty and Jerry took the time to send us these, and I got a mace facing Mace Windu. Anakin's facing Mace Windu, and then the Jedi Council, 12 Concerned Jedi, which sounds like a great cover band. You speak French. Okay, that's good. Parlez-vous Francie then. What I also loved about what the Bombad Boys sent us, they sent us like Star Wars cards, and then listen, put that comment from Reagan.
This is the wildest stream.
This is this is just par for the course. Like, sorry to do golf now.
Your friend Chet Lemon on Twitter. I tweeted, come listen to Bill talk about how T-Ross is better than Empire. And he was like, Kazan is a hack. Bill, probably.
Whatever.
Anyways, what was the best part of your trip? Or the coolest thing that you saw? The memories we made along the way?
Yes. Maybe Tampa was the friends we made along the way.
Maybe Tampa was the friends we made
along the way. How is it taken we
need a Bill After Hours podcast. That's the Patreon only, even though there's no Patreon.
Oh, listen, I have
And the
some
Bronx.
stories. Listen. You wanna hear some stories? I've got them for you. I have a couple of Kentucky Wildcat stories that I will not share.
SEC.
SEC, which, by the way, I know this isn't a basketball episode. Are you excited for Texas to join the
I
SEC?
could go off for an hour about why it's positive, and the main thing is just F Texas A&M.
Because I think when it first came out, I think you were a little like hesitant. Yeah, I about Texas joining. You've changed your mind? Obviously, what's
We'll talk about
changed?
it tomorrow.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, make a patron. I'm there day one.
Yeah,
well,
what was the best part of or your favorite thing?
Honestly, like hang out with you,
The fact
man.
that I
like,
bought a women's shirt.
You did, but that's fine. Didn't you give it to your girlfriend?
No, she didn't want it. I could. Here, I'm gonna go get it.
Go get it.
It's in my closet.
And you know what? While Trey is getting that, I do think that my favorite part of the trip was just finally meeting Trey. And like, it was a little awkward at first because you're like, oh, I've seen you so long. Look at that shirt.
I thought I saw two men wearing it, and so I thought it was a men's shirt. Turns out the men bought the wrong shirt too. So if anyone wants this, I will ship it to you.
Well, why not? Let's just it's the first person that says
large. It's a women's large.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is exactly my body type. But I mean this sincerely, man. Hanging out with you was my favorite part of the trip. Getting to know you. I just had a excellent time sitting on the beach, drinking a little bit. Yes. Why not? Yeah. Send it to Jerry. Send it to him. Why not?
I guess the cards did have a return address.
I mean, send it to him, or send it to Scott. Either one of them.
Thinking about you.
Yeah.
Think about what you would look like in a women's tee.
I want to see. Make it a crop top. Just take off. Yeah. What was your favorite part of the trip?
Yeah, definitely hanging out with you was a blast. Let's see. It wasn't very long because you flew in on a Thursday night and then left on a Saturday or a Sunday morning. But Rise of the Resistance was a lot of fun. I didn't like it as much the first time I went on it in January, but I guess there were some problems with it then. But it was a lot of fun. So yeah, just Disney World, man. That was fun. It sucked that it was too hot. I mean, it was really hot. But
dude, I'm so sorry. I don't do well in heat, and like the older I get, like the more I appreciate fall. And I'm really, really looking forward to some crisp fall air. And we've talked about going again, so I can build my lightsaber, and hopefully it won't be 100 degrees with 85% humidity.
No, it wasn't 85. It was 100.
It was, yeah. No, it was 100 degrees with 85% humidity, which is
100% humidity for sure.
Oh, 100. Okay, got you.
Yeah. It's all water.
Yeah.
Basically on Solist, or not Solist, Mon Calamari.
Yeah. But anyway, I had a great time. We'll have to do a longer trip next time. And it was great to meet you. And I really, really appreciate it was also great meeting your girlfriend. She's very, very sweet. I like her a lot. And I'm glad that she's all right. Yeah. Give her, I like her. I think she's great. But anyway, now that we've talked about our trip, I kind of want to talk about some news, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about Bad Batch. I know we have some opinions on it. But the main piece of news that I kind of want to talk about today, is some potential casting that's come out. There was I can't remember the name of the source that did it, and I'm sorry. We'll credit
LRM.
You. Yeah, LRM. Yeah, LRM Online or something like that. Mentioned or has said that they have cast Ezra and Thrawn in live action, and it's Mina Massoud. Am I saying that right? Mina Massoud and Massoud. Thank you. And then Lars Mikkelsen, Mad's brother, is going to play live action Thrawn. Once again, this is not
Thrawn in Rebels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. And I think this is just a rumor for right now. But there
Is
are
it though?
there are a couple things that have come out that kind of make me think that, or at least I think, give credence to this rumor.
Like
I think,
Ahsoka posting it?
yeah. No, number one, Rosario Dawson just posted something on her Instagram a couple hours ago, basically saying, oh my God, congratulations."
I have the picture.
Yeah,
I'll pull it up for the people.
for the people. It's for the people. It's the people.
Text it to you, so it's there.
Oh, hold on.
So she shared this picture.
Mm-hmm. And if you're doing the pod, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, we apologize. But what the picture basically says is,
Lars got them cheeks, Regan.
yes, the best news ever. I need my biopic representation in Star Wars. Can't wait to see my BBs. My God, I sound so awful.
She reshared this. She didn't say this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she shared it.
Read it out loud.
Yeah, it does it. But she shared it.
You're not.
I'm not. You're right. I'm not. But basically, like, she posted something that said that Mina and Lars are going to be Ezra and Thrawn. What do you think about this? Do you think this is good casting, bad casting? I think we've talked about Mina being cast as Ezra before. What do you think of the idea of Lars Mikkelsen, who voiced him in Rebels, playing him in live action?
Who is the first person that you remember saying Mina Masood would be a great Ezra? That was me. I'm the one. I'm the one who was like, he'd be a great Ezra. I've been the one the whole time. I've been on Mina Hive the whole time. Hashtag Mina Gang. So I've really been in the campaign of like, he's Ezra's literally Space Aladdin, and like this man for some reason is not getting jobs. Like, Lucasfilm, you have an obligation to get him this job because he was made for it. So he's awesome. I remember when Kessel Run Transmissions reported it first. They were the first people to report that, and then this was like in maybe March or so, that Mina Masood was in talks to play Ezra Bridger. And then I got to pull it up, but Mina posted something on Instagram. He posted a shirtless picture with a
Very
caption
cool.
from an Ezra Bridger line. He posted this picture.
Ooh.
Okay. And he said, "Hey, just so you know, when I escape, I won't hurt any of you." And that's a line from Ezra Bridger. So if that's not confirmation enough, Ahsoka posting it, and not Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka posting it on her Instagram pretty much confirms it to me. I mean, that one I thought that one was like 100%. The Lars Mikkelsen one was the one that was more up in the air. And then I think is like 80%.
What do you do? You think that's good casting? Do you think that's good casting?
It's the only casting.
I don't know. Yeah, I
like no only casting that's perfect. I mean, it's perfect.
You can. He's the voice already. And like Reagan said, he has the voice and cheekbones. So like, have you? I know this is a bad
too.
I think this is a bad example, but like I'm just basing this off what I've seen Lars in. In House of Cards, he plays basically like Vladimir Putin, and like he's great, and like is playing this like mind gamey, these mind games with the president at the time, and I think he would be great in that. I think that it's kind of weird to me that like you have all these other actors, you have like Taylor Gray and you have Ashley Eccleston, who aren't voicing the characters that they voice, but then you have Lars who's voicing, who's going to be playing him in live action. I think it's a little weird. There doesn't seem to be any kind of consistency with like, okay, this guy can play.
Everyone's gonna play the same actors except for Taylor Gray. That's what I think.
But
obviously not Ashley, but I mean like Tia Sakar is gonna definitely. I think she's definitely gonna play Sabine, and I also think if Hera is there, Vanessa Marshall will play her. Yeah. So,
listen, I'm happy with this.
Cool.
I think this would be awesome. If this happens, I think this is awesome. I think that you already have the voice. Like whenever I hear Thrawn, like or whenever. By the way, Mark Thompson does a great impression of Thrawn in the audiobooks, but like that's beside the point. But like he's doing an impression of Lars Mikkelsen.
Togg. I know
John, yeah, or Pete Fletcher, what? Yeah. You know, Rosario Dawson. Exactly. I think this would make sense to me, just because I think that you can do enough makeup and everything. Yeah, that you could also do Steve Bloom and Mo, which would make sense to me too.
It'd be cool if they put Taylor Gray in as another character.
Yeah, I mean, because they did Matt Lanter like in Mandalorian at that prison. So like, why not? Like, I think this would be really, really cool if they did it with Lars. I was already on board with Mina from the moment there were rumors that he was in. I'm like, yeah, you kind of sold me on it with the Space Aladdin. Why won't you just get fucking Aladdin to do it?
Yeah,
makes the most sense to me. When do you think we'll see these characters, or do you think that there'll be any official announcement soon? Because I know that Ahsoka is probably not coming out till like 2023, right? Is that right? So like, do you think we'll see any kind of official announcement soon, or what do you think?
It'd be nice if they would say like production for Ahsoka is set to begin in fall of 2022 or spring of 2022 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can make sense because I mean I think they've already started production of Mando season 3, like vague production, whatever that the word production could mean a lot of things. That could mean pre-production because we know Pedro's filming The Last of Us right now for HBO. I think that show is supposed to start actually filming in the fall. So I think it could make sense if we get some casting this next few months about the show. Dave Filoni is going to set to direct and write it. I think the show's probably written already, but yeah, I think a spring 2022 production start could make some sense, and that would probably put it about a year away from that. So maybe late 2022, early 2023, probably.
I think that you might get an announcement, and this is. Theron, this is exactly where I'm getting into.
I don't think they'll announce it. I mean, I think they'll probably show like a picture.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. I think that if this is true, and this is just me being a layman, just get 100% guessing. I think that if they do go in production in spring, you'll get an announcement sometime November to January. That they're getting cast, and then you get a picture, or you get maybe if you're at a panel at Celebration for Ahsoka, you might get something.
They could do like pre-production art and make like a scissor reel of that.
Exactly. So like just giving a behind the scenes little thing on and showing maybe a little bit like of Lars in the whoever's in the makeup to be Thrawn, or who's ever in the makeup to be. Like Nick said with Steve Bloom and a mocap for Zeb, they could do that, show that, and just I think that first picture is going to be like it's going to get people buzzing because like it's a character that people have really identified with. No matter if you like the first time you saw Thrawn was, or you heard of Thrawn was like in the Heir to the Empire, or the people that first saw him in Rebels. Like, I think that there is such a wide net of fans that would be excited for this. I think this is going to be a massive announcement, and I think that it Celebration seems like the perfect place to show that off for the first time.
If they started filming in March, by May they would have something.
Yeah. I don't know if it'd be a trailer, but it would definitely be pictures like that they could do a behind the scenes something. So any final thoughts on the potential Thrawn casting in Ezra?
I still am trepidatious that this project is happening in live action. because I don't understand why you would make this a miniseries. But I'm still excited. I still am like, I'm curious of what this is going to be, because I don't know how, like, the end of Rebels really set up to be like this big journey to find Ezra, and it could be its own show, not like a 6-episode series. I think that's really cutting it down to what it could be. But then again, I've also had theories that, like, I guess this doesn't really make sense anymore, but
well, just say it.
I had a theory that this show was gonna be about Ahsoka finding Sabine, like getting up to the point of the Rebels epilogue, and then the rest of the show was gonna be animated. Like they would like go back to animation, but I don't think that makes sense anymore if they've made a casting. But anyways, well, I'm gonna shout out this comment.
This is very, very sweet. Trey and I work really hard every week, and we try to. We try, and anybody that says anything nice about us, it makes it worth it. So Nick, I really, really appreciate it. We just try to be as positive.
You're great too, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. But talking about your theory, I think that's totally plausible. I think that like it leads up to that. Not if they
casted as Thrawn and Ezra.
Yeah,
because like my thing was the finale of the Ahsoka show was going to be the Rebels epilogue. So that doesn't make sense what if Ahsoka.
What if they started what if the first episode of Ahsoka is Ahsoka, after she's, met the Mandalorian, she has the location of Thrawn. It starts at that beginning point, at that end point in Rebels, and then like that's what the show is, going to find Ezra.
I agree with that.
And
but it just feels like the journey to find Ezra and what Ezra and Thrawn have been doing. Because I mean, the way that I'm pretty sure it's like a limited series, right? So it's gonna be like 6 episodes.
But like it can expand like into a different show from like into a different. Excuse me, sorry, the White Claw's hitting me. Into a different series beyond that. Like I think that's what the idea that I think that they were going for when they announced all, like, they had Ahsoka and Rangers of the New Republic and Book of Boba Fett and all that stuff, was that they were just like these interconnected stories that like you can plot lines that were picked up in Book of Boba Fett would be picked up in Mandalorian season 3 and would be picked up in Ahsoka. I think that like now, since Rangers of the New Republic basically isn't happening, like I think that what would make sense is what if Ahsoka moves into like after they found Ezra and Thrawn, it's like the new Jedi Academy, and like then you have Ezra and Ahsoka and all that. Which another thing that like I've talked about this at length. Yeah, exactly. I think that the biggest thing that gets me the most excited about that series is the possibility of not beyond just all the Rebel stuff. Like, because I want to see those characters are going to interact. I want to see Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka. Like that's like the idea.
You know what I'll be like if I see Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka together.
What's that? Yeah, none of that. We're none of the negativity. None of that. None of that.
Gotcha.
Please, thank you for no mas. Pull up Nick's comment. Yeah. What if within the first 2 episodes we have Ezra back and rest of the series is chase finality of Thrawn? Stop that.
All right.
Listen, you thought, and this is based on my experience at Celebration. That dude is 5'8".
Do you remember when I made Star Wars Theory trend on Twitter and started a war? I started a war between Star Wars Theory and Star Wars Explained.
When did you do that?
I tweeted, "Why listen to this piece of shit talk about Star Wars when you could listen to Star Wars Explained, actual good people?" And then the trolls were coming at me, and Star Wars Explained started trending on Twitter.
Them thoroughly.
And then Star Wars theory started trending on Twitter, and then I eventually deleted the tweet because I was like, Star Wars Theory or Star Wars Explained just got dragged into this. I was just trying to promote them. I didn't mean for them to I didn't mean for them to like start trending on Twitter. Like they probably hate me. And so it was a crazy day, and I ended up deleting my tweets. And my favorite, I got some death threats from the Star Wars Theory people. My favorite one. Oh, I think I don't have it, but anymore. But it was, hey, go shove a Kylo Ren saber up your ass, and I did do that.
I don't know if that's a death threat. That just sounds like fun. You know? Negativity and dumbasses are two different things. That's right, Nick, and we tread that line very. It's a very fine line. You know, you find your spot, and then you stay there. But yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't even know. Anyways, what did just?
You want to wrap up the Ahsoka?
Yeah, we'll just. Yeah, I'm excited for the show. I have nerves about it. Just about what it is and not being animated is a problem. Yeah. But speaking of animation, what do you think of this week's Bad Batch?
Well, we didn't have an episode last week, so I'm really kind of putting.
We missed Bad Batch talk.
We did.
Oh man.
They've wilded in a fun way. I think that kind of like summarizes how I feel about Bad Batch the past couple episodes. They're wild, but not in a fun. It just like, listen, I'm going to always be positive because I don't want like there are at the end of the day there are people that are writing these stories, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like they put time and effort into crafting a story that they think is a story that they want to tell. So I don't want to shit on it, but at the same time, like
we have a right to
we have
be truthful,
but like it's hard for me to care about this show anymore. There are moments where I'm like, oh, that's great. This is fun. This is this is fun. I'm enjoying this, but at the same time, it's like it's not Rebels. It's not Clone Wars. And once again, I'm predisposed to like shows about the Jedi. This Bad Batch had me say, it was incredible to me that like one of the best episodes of the Bad Batch didn't have the Bad Batch in it at all. It just feels like they're giving us origin stories for the characters that we already care about. Rebels. Yeah, like like they're introducing like, and don't get me wrong, these characters are fun. Like, it's definitely like A-team levels of like it's just Star Wars A-team basically. And like I like Omega. It's been we've talked about Loki a little bit. Whenever there was a new Marvel show, whenever there was a new episode of WandaVision, whenever there was a new episode of Falcon Winter Soldier or Mandalorian or Loki, I woke up on Wednesday or Friday or whenever, I'm like, oh,
or even like Marvel's What If. Like I'm gonna be so excited.
Exactly. I would wake up on
Visions.
I would wake up on whatever day we came out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch this immediately.
I didn't watch Bad Batch till today. Me, Star Wars Trey,
who has said that Star Wars is best told in animation.
Damn.
If you love this show, if you like this show, I don't want to shit on you. You're loving the show. Awesome. It's just not for me, and that's fine. Like I will continue to watch it because I will continue to watch any Star Wars property until the end of time, and there will always be something that I can enjoy. This is coming from a guy who likes The Rise of Skywalker more than Empire Strikes Back, which I know sounds crazy, but like it just, and there are good things in each episode, and like there are times where I'm like, oh, okay, this is a cool idea, but like at the end of the day, I kind of just don't care. Like it's, which is hard for me to say, but that's where I'm at, and I fully admit it's a show for 12-year-olds. That's fine. And like the fact that I'm not getting enjoyment out of it. Yeah, they really need to do 3-episode drops at once. It's just, yeah, exactly. It's
Rebels
25.
have the same problem though.
Yeah.
With the weekly episodes.
And maybe this will make we will enjoy this a lot more like as one continuous run. Maybe we'll have an episode after all 16 episodes of this first season are out, and we'll be like, "Oh my god, we were idiots. We didn't see this." But like, it's just this feels like a show that would benefit from binging. You know, like you release all 16 episodes, or at least do like 8 episodes one week and then 80 episodes, or like or batches of 3, like Theron said. Like
batches of 3.
Batches of 3. 3 or whatever the main arc is, like 3 episodes each Friday. I think would be like, okay, this is like, and then it doesn't feel like, and I'm not going to say the F word. So it doesn't feel like the F word, you know? It just, I struggle, man. I really, really do. I struggle to stay off my phone. I struggle to pay attention to it. It has not captured my imagination since that first episode, which I thought, and there have been great episodes. There have been standout episodes, but like I said before, it's no surprise. It's incredible to me. Yeah, Rebels definitely became and you know, maybe
no.
in the same.
It's not comparable to Rebels.
It's well, not. but here's
Rebels
the thing.
had heart. This show, I don't care about the characters whatsoever.
And that can improve.
Even like Omega, I don't care about.
There can be in the second season. It could all come together. It could be incredible. But like
second season,
like there's going to be a second season. There's only going to be 2 seasons, I think, is what the reports are right now. But like we talked about like a week ago, like the part of the reason we took a break last week, there wasn't a lot of news. And then like you basically just point blank said like, I don't want to review this.
I hate talking about this show. I despise this show. Like I don't hate it. I just think it's the most boring thing Star Wars has done since Disney bought it. Mm-hmm. I think Resistance is better. I think The Rise of Skywalker is better than this show. I actually
because it's better than Empire. So like
The Rise of Skywalker is an explosion. Whether you like to see something explode or not, it's a freaking explosion. You got to look at that shit. This is like watching a dog, that's not weird. This is like watching I don't know, like a turtle cross the street. Like at first it's like, oh, a turtle across the street, and then you're like, bro, it's been an hour and it's not even across the street yet. Also, the GOAT of all people just chimed in, Noah Olson. Noah, totally agree, bro. About multiple things. But I just don't care that much. I really think it's mid, and I like the episodes the most when the Bad Batch aren't the main characters. I like Bad Bitch Fennec. I like Space Daddy Cad Bane. I am excited for a probable Boba Fett appearance. But I just don't care about the Bad Batch, man. I don't. This last episode, I was on TikTok watching World of T-Shirts, if you know who that is. He's the guy that's like in New York. I was watching that guy. I don't care about the show, and I want the season to end so we can watch something else. I am so tired that this is the only Star Wars show that we have to review. I'm balls deep in The Rising Storm right now, and it is so much better than the Bad Batch. I would spend nights with Rising Storm. I wouldn't spend minutes with Bad Batch. The High Republic. Stop. I know what I said. The High Republic makes Bad Batch look just like child's play. I'm sorry. You can't have Bad Batch and High Republic because one of these things is way better than the other.
It's the way you say. I am balls deep in the Rising Storm.
Yeah, Daddy Rowe. I'll spend time with Daddy Rowe. I'll spend time with Daddy Wrecker. So
Marshawn Rowe or
Markion.
No, Marshawn Lynch Rowe.
No, Marshawn Charles Soule just came out on Twitter and said, "See, Bad Batch just got me coffee."
This is awesome.
My Uber's yelling at me. I got some sushi being delivered. But anyways, That's pretty much all I have to say about it.
Yeah. That is the most. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I like we've talked about it at length. I struggle. Yeah, I don't know if this is like. I'm glad that we're not the only ones who are saying this, because like we're all Star Wars fans. Like we all love this series to death, but it's just it should feel like, and it doesn't have to feel like the first time we saw Star Wars. It doesn't have to be, for me, my first experience, remember watching it is I was at the top of the stairs with this big brown hoodie that my mom had, and I had the hood on, and she was coming up, and I was watching Star Wars, and she came up and said, "Bill," and then I took my hood off and looked at her and said, "Hello there," and then because I was only and this could definitely be someone's entryway into Star Wars.
That would suck for them.
Oh, stop it! Like, let them enjoy it. But like,
if this is their entry to Star Wars, they're gonna be blown away by the rest of it.
I know. Well, it's not for us, and that's fine. And that, like, we've got other things. Like, we could be balls deep in the Rising Storm.
Balls deep in Rising Storm.
Balls deep in Rising Storm.
Like Noah said, straight up NILFs, man. Straight up NILFs.
You know what?
Lena
that comment that comment may have made me just.
We'll have to make a clip of that and put it on the tweets. But anyways, let's wrap this up. I got some sushi coming on the front door soon.
No worries, man. All right. Where can the people find you on Twitter, bud?
You could find me balls deep in the Rising Storm. Balls deep in the Rising Storm. And that's crazy because I'm only about 1/3 in, so I don't even know how. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. But you can find me on Twitter. Go on, Trey. Thirsting over Spider-Man No Way Home to see him again. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. I'm very frustrated with Bad Batch, but there's a lot of other Star Wars to be happy about. So
there is absolutely. And you can find me on Twitter talking about how The Rise of Skywalker is better than Empire Strikes Back. At Star Wars Bill, and if you like us, follow us on Twitter at Skywalking TL. I think everyone here right now is already following us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. Write a review. That makes sure that people will see us in the Apple Podcast app. You guys are wonderful. You are the reason that we keep doing this every single week. And of course, please follow us on Twitter at SkyWalkingTL. And just before we leave, congratulations once again to Theron and his wife for getting married. We wish you all the happiness in the world, and the
Return of the Jedi music starts to play.
Yeah. That's right. I hope that Yub Nub was played at your wedding.
Hopefully, some stormtroopers were not burned alive at your wedding. Can't confirm. Would be kind of sick if they were. Mm-hmm. But anyways, Godspeed, Rebels.